Hello, hello, and happy Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving Day, which is such a beautiful thing, and it has brought so much gratitude in my life today, especially. I've been feeling the dragons so much lately, and they are so eager to start getting out in the world in a bigger way, and it's like the second wave is happening. You know, I wrote the book 9 years ago, and people are now ready, and Europe, France in particular, I mean, it's in probably 25 countries that people have purchased, and so there's little pockets waking up all over. But the French, in great part to Jan Lipnik and some other people that have grasped it and been sharing their love of dragons, have been really on board. And so what's interesting is that now I'm starting to see the wake up in the United States, which, you know, having lots of dragons actually living in Europe still presently, it's no wonder that they woke up first. So now we're getting the Americans on board, pretty exciting, and the Canadians. Hi, Nikki, great to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. So I thought it would be fun as the kickoff is starting for the Love of Dragons for the group, to come into the group on a regular basis and do some sharing, doing some storytelling. So I'm going to go back to chapter 1, to the very beginning, so that you can start to understand where and why the dragon work started for me, how it came about, and if you're starting to have experiences with what you might call dragon energies or something that you can't explain happening, that this will start helping you understand that. And also the stories that I want to start sharing, because I get emails on a regular basis, especially when people buy the book, because I ask them how they found the book, and you know, they start having an experience, they have this dragon vision come in, they don't, or a dream, or they don't know what to do with it, or they feel something in their body, and so they start Googling and looking and finding it. So for me, going back to the very beginning, and I love this is my dragon room. I've got my dragon within. This is the original wood etching that was the cover of the book. And I love this. It was by Mary Angela Brown, who was a dear friend in Florida. Incredible artist. And she did wood etchings that's done like how far or how hard you push with this hot tool on wood is how you get the different layering of color and gradients. Incredible artist. And this was what she did, the original on wood that I still have. And one of my dragon friends here, I love him. He's this gorgeous rainbow dragon, and he actually belongs to my son thanks to last Christmas, but I love him, so he's going to be here for story time. So going back to the beginning, my awakening happened in 2002, 2003, that winter. I was in Wyoming. My guides were pushing me. I could just feel this hand in the center of my back. I couldn't explain it. I learned to meditate years before that. And there was just something inside me. I was unhappy at my job. I was the director for the Chamber of Commerce where I was living. I was working at least 50 to 60 hours a week. And all, you know, I had a mortgage, I had animals to feed, I had a huge 10-acre property to take care of. And I just kept hearing this voice, it's time to quit. It's time to quit. And I was, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay the bills? What's that? What? So I just started trusting, and I felt it, and I think I dove in because I was so fed up with where I was, and I had to trust. So I took that winter, and I got some contract work that basically paid my base bills. So I knew that, you know what, even if it's rice and potatoes, I've got food on the table, I've got the bills covered, and it allowed me an internal time. It allowed me at least an hour, if not two, every day in meditation. And that's when my guides started really talking to me. That's when my name, Araya, which is not my birth name, came through. And that was something that as it came through, I said, wow, that's beautiful. What is that? And my guides, the immediate answer was, that's what you're known as everywhere else in the universe. Okay, wow, that's huge, because I didn't know I was anywhere else in the universe, right? So we get this information and it plants a seed, and it allows an opening to so much more as long as we trust it and keep going with it. So I didn't use it for a couple months. They wanted me to start using it. And so a couple months later, they came and reminded me, remember that name, Araya? You're supposed to start using it. And I thought, oh, well, gosh, that would beg too many questions. I live in a small town of 8,000 people in Wyoming. Excuse me? Like already going to teaching meditation. And part of the thing they had me do over that winter too is create a meditation course. So here I am being the Chamber of Commerce director, going to teaching meditation classes in town and starting a yoga meditation studio with a friend who is a yoga teacher. Got a few heads ups, got a few, wow, interesting, and then changing my name as well. I thought, oh, can't I wait till I move somewhere new and introduce myself as this new person? And they were very clear to say, no, the point is that you need to start those conversations. They are going to beg questions. It is going to be looked strangely upon, but that's planting seeds for those people. And you have contracts with those people on a soul level to plant that seed of awakening for them. So, so I just kept trusting. And what was happening along with that time of getting the meditation course going, building a network of people that were open to energy, because as that progressed in my meditations, I was starting to be shown, and I work with Metatron on a regular basis, geometries, energies, how to move, and I was starting to feel energy in my body. So over the next 3 or 4 years, as I was brought to different people and teachers to expand my capacity to feel energy and move energy, have energy become really tangible for me. And that's key. Once you have an experience and open to yourself of really having energy be tangible for you, a whole new world opens up. And so I'm really grateful to a woman named Solara for that, because as it was coming through me and I was doing things with it, even before meeting her, once I had an experience with her, she used to do 1111 gate activations. I actually had a monumental experience where I was able to experience myself like 30 or 40 feet tall energetically. Like I have a capacity to go quite large. And those that know me and work with me know that. Some of my goals are quite lofty as far as being able to facilitate openings for large groups of people at once, but it's because I know my capacity. And anyway, back to the story of the dragons. In that energetic opening, working with my guides in meditation, they started showing me how the energy body works and encouraging me. They brought a woman into my life named Tony, and she could see auric fields. So we're on the same lines here. She could see energy and I was starting to feel it. And she was guided to ask me about doing some energy work, and I was being guided at the same time to say, hey, do you want to practice this with me? So we were being shown to go and start working with friends of ours. So I started doing sessions just with friends of feeling their energy bodies, smoothing it out, pushing densities one way or the other. And as I was doing that, sounding started coming through. So there's sound healing that happens through my vocal cords as well. And I just kept trusting, like really high-pitched sounds, really weird, like clicking, like beetle noises or dolphin sounds, depending on who I was working with and what energy frequency they were at, or their historic records were at. I feel like it was related to their Akashic records and all of their experiences. But those particular sounds unlocked things or codes in them. And as I started to work on more and more people, what started happening was they were having back or hip pain, shoulder pain specifically, or in the hips. And as I would work, I was getting visuals of a tail, a wing, a dragon spine. Talk about being flipped out. Not only was I experiencing it going, okay, what do I do with this? And how do I tell them that I'm sensing a dragon wing in their back? Okay, how's that going to be received? I already felt like I was being looked at as crazy for changing my name and starting to teach meditation and everything, having been the business person in town, right? So it was quite funny, and I just had to keep trusting. And sure enough, I was like, okay, go there, share it. And they would acknowledge it and go, I love dragons, or wow, that's interesting, but boy, it really is ringing true for me. And so we'd work and it would be like releasing. And I was finding that these dragons were within them and wanting to release that wing. And once we did that energy work, they actually had relief in their physical body, or were able to walk without hip pain if it was something in the hips and the lower spine. So it was all along the spinal column. And that's where it all started, and when the dragons started speaking to me. So it was strictly energetic work for the first 4 or 5 years like that. And that's where it all began. So and I'll continue later on with the expansion of it in chapter 2. So we'll tune again later. I just don't want to keep you too long today on your Thanksgiving today. I know you're with your families and most are going to watch replays. And so I just wanted to get out and share because I'm in such a huge bubble of gratitude with the dragons, and it's calling on my heart to just start sharing this. So why not today? Anyway, so with that sharing, knowing that if you're experiencing visions of dragons, I get emails from people all the time. They have like this, feel like there's a dragon in their chest talking to them. And like, I think I'm crazy. I think I'm certifiably crazy. You know, can you tell me what this could be? Or they feel like dragons on their shoulder. I've got some great stories of wandering through parts of Europe and the UK where dragons hop on my back and follow me around. Anyway, I just know that people are out there having experiences. They can't explain them. They don't want to talk to people about them because they're going to be, looked at really strange or locked up or whatever. So knowing that this group is here for that, this group is here to connect those people and say, you know what, you're not crazy. This is real. Energy is real. There's so much beyond the physical eye, beyond the physical world that we can't see with these eyes. And there's magic out there. And I love the post that you did, Nikki, this week. If you don't believe in magic, it can't happen. Exactly. I'm so grateful that you put that up. I love that. And what amazed me about that picture is if you look closely at the banner dragon pictured on the For the Love of Dragons for the group, in the heart is the little baby dragon that I've always loved that picture. I didn't know where I got it. And it's the same one you posted. So that little baby dragon is part of our family and part of this group for sure. And probably has something to show us down the road. So for today, I'm going to wrap up chapter 1. And I look forward to sharing more in the future. If you have questions or having experiences, please post them in the group because I can respond to them. And that way, unlike in an email, you're going to get an answer, but so is everybody else that might be having the same experience. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend with all your family. My beloved family includes the dragons, the angels, all of you guys. And I do get to go enjoy dinner with my parents and my immediate family today, which will be so fun with the boys. So wishing you well. I will see you all soon. And here we go. We're going to be on quite a ride. Bye.